What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel, and today I just wanted to talk about exactly the title. I wanted to talk about 5 reasons why I pretty much quit social media. When I say quit, I don't mean like don't do anything that has to do with social media, because obviously I'm uploading this video, so obviously I still kind of use social media in a way. What I'm really pertaining to is I only use social media to output information. I don't actually consume. So I don't scroll any feeds. I don't watch anything other than maybe some educational YouTube videos. But you know, when it comes to Instagram, when it comes to Twitter, Facebook, all those things, I no longer scroll the feed. I no longer check my messages. I no longer use the platform other than to schedule out and put out content. And even then, I'm not on the platform to do that. I have scheduling software, or I have my virtual assistants that schedule and put out content for me, like Jacob, who's going to be editing this video. When it comes to that, there's really 5, like I said, 5 simple things, simple reasons why I decided to do this and not really use it as much as I used to. First one being time. I'm sure everybody knows, you know, whenever you're on your phone, you kind of just get like sucked into this vortex, right? Because you kind of want to think about the social media platforms and what they're trying to accomplish. Their job is to survive and grow. So what their goal is to keep you on the platform as long as possible, keep you scrolling, keep you clicking, and they're actually very good at their jobs, believe it or not. That's why they're worth so much money. That's why there's so many users, right? So because they're good at keeping people on the platform. They're good at keeping you clicking the next video, scrolling to the next clip, reading the next post. And I find myself personally, I get trapped in these things and stuck in these things a lot. And just going off of that point, actually, everything I say right now is about me. It's pertaining to me, pertaining to what social media does to me, how it affects me, how it affects my neural pathways. So you don't have to, you know, take this as, oh, Ty says don't use it, so don't use it. Oh, he's an idiot, he's saying that this happens. I'm not saying this is for everyone, okay? I'm not saying this happens to everyone. I'm just, you know, giving the reasons why I don't use it. And the first one is time, like I said. So, you know, we all probably go through this. You're on the phone late at night, you're watching a YouTube video, or you're scrolling past like Instagram Reels or something, and you say, okay, one more video, one more post I'm gonna read. It's only gonna be on here for 5 more minutes. And then you look up and 3 hours went by, right? You look up and it's 2-3 o'clock in the morning, and you're like, how the heck did I get here? I get sucked in, and I find myself scrolling for hours on end past what I want to do. Or if I'm at the desk here, at the new office. So how do you guys like it? No, you can't really see much, but it's a nice office. It's a nice office. Maybe I'll do a little bit of a tour later. Small office, so it wouldn't be a huge tour. But so I'd be at the office, I'd be working, you know, banging away at the computer, getting some good quality work done, and then boom, phone dings, Instagram, something like that. Someone DM'd me. I go to respond to that DM. I hit the feed, scroll for a bit, see a video I want to watch. Then I end up watching a video. Next thing you know, I'm looking through the comments, because the comments are the funniest part. Everybody knows when you're watching videos, especially on YouTube, comments are the best part. So I'm scrolling through the comments, reading comments. Now I see a recommended video or something, and I'm clicking on that video now, and all of a sudden I've lost like 30 minutes. Or even if it just takes 10 minutes, doing that multiple times in a day can add up to me missing like 2-3 hours of work in a day. So time is one of the big reasons why I pretty much cut it out. So now that I don't really go on my phone that often, I don't really use it, now I can actually sit down and focus on work for much longer periods of time. And to tie into that urge to pick up your phone or check your DMs or just to check social media in general, another big one is dopamine, right? I'm not a psychologist or anything, so I probably won't explain it perfectly, but essentially dopamine is the thing that makes you want to do things, right? You get your dopamine receptors get a hit of dopamine every time you do something enjoyable. So when you're watching TV, playing video games, scrolling through Instagram, you're constantly getting these dopamine hits to your receptors, pretty much telling your body or telling your brain that, hey, this is good, I like this, keep doing this, right? Dopamine always looks for the next best thing if the best thing is not available. So if, for example, let's say you love playing video games, hits off your dopamine receptors like crazy. Now all of a sudden someone takes away your video games. What's the next best thing? Let's say the next best thing to your brain is scrolling through social media. Now you're spending double the time scrolling through social media because you don't have the video games that was, you know, used to be occupying that time. Now the urge to go to your phone and check is twice as strong because there was no more urge to play video games because you no longer can play video games. So the way way it's been working with me is I would always get these urges to check my phone. I would feel like my phone was buzzing or ringing even though it wasn't. I was always going in my pocket scrolling, seeing there was no messages or seeing some messages, replying and putting my phone away. Then 10 minutes later, picking it up again, looking at my phone, putting it down, picking it up, put it down, put it up, like whatever. I kept having these strong urges randomly to just pick up my phone and to use it and to look at it, even though there's not necessarily anything to look at. There's no changes, no new notifications. I just have that urge to scroll and look and go on the phone. What I did was I kind of essentially tricked my brain into liking harder things or liking more boring things by removing the most fun things. So by cutting out watching like Netflix all the time, by cutting out, scrolling on social media, by cutting out playing video games, by cutting out all those things, the most enjoyable and the most fun thing for me to do is to work on my business. So my dopamine receptors are not overhit or overworked, and they're not craving high dopamine activities like video games because I no longer have it at all. They're just not aware of it at all because it's gone, right? I took it pretty much out of my life. So now when I'm bored and I'm sitting down, I don't get the urge to pick up my phone. I don't get the urge to play video games. When I'm bored, I actually get the urge to jump on the computer and work on my business, literally. And honestly, it's the best thing ever because now you're getting the urge to make progress. You're getting the urge to be motivated. You're getting the urge to work on the things that are actually going to give you good results in your life. Like, it's been working so well for me. Like, again, I don't know if this is an every person thing. I don't know if this is something that's just been, really helping me. I don't know. But at the end of the day, if there's something that you really want to focus on, try these things. So that's number 2. It's just rewiring my brain to like doing the stuff that you normally wouldn't want to do. Like, the normal person doesn't sit there and spend hours and hours and hours straight working, but I can because it's the most fun thing for me to do. I'm bored. I'm like, I'm so bored. You know what? I'm going to go write up this report. I'm going to go edit this person's website. I'm going to go do something that pertains to my work. So that's been great for me is that. Moving on to number 3. This is a huge one for me, is self-image. I usually always get this feeling whenever I see people on social media that are just doing so well. I'm just like, how? What are they doing? How are they doing it? How are they just they don't seem like they're doing anything crazy, but they look so successful, and you want to be that successful. And because you're still in your journey of building up to that point, and let's face it, social media, you're always going to see someone that's apparently doing better than you, always going to be someone that's crushing it, right? Because people only show the good of their life. People only show the success in their life on social media generally. I mean, obviously there's people out there that show a full picture. There's people that show nothing. The majority of people on social media only show the successes, only shows the wins. So for my mental state going online, every time when your business is winning, it's not a big a thing, but every time your business takes a dip, every time you face some block in the road, every time you face a little bit of hardship, it just doubles down on that hardship when you jump onto social media and see that everybody's winning, everybody's making millions, everybody's driving Lamborghinis and Benzes, and everyone's doing great in life, right? And then you're like, wow, what am I doing wrong, right? Why is everyone winning but me? And that's kind of just a false sense that scrolling on Instagram especially gives you. And it's really damaging to someone's mental state, and really it can be motivating, and it also can be demotivating. For me, it's demotivating. So that's, again, this is about me. That's why one reason why I don't go on social media is to protect my image and to protect how I view myself and how I view my progress, right? If I keep my my vision in the real world and what real expectations are, and not I'm a millionaire in 2 months because of whatever. If I keep my expectations real, my mental state will stay real, and I'll be able to accept real progress, real steady growth, and not just want instant gratification. I'll be able to let go of all that. And while we're on the talk of mindset, this one's more for when I would scroll on Twitter. I find Instagram is where people, they talk about their success, they show all their pictures of their amazing lifestyle, and then Twitter is kind of like the opposite. Twitter's it's really depressing. Everyone on Twitter seems like they're depressed or they want to kill themselves or they hate their life. And, you know, again, I'm not going to say, oh, people are depressed or not depressed. You know, people say what they want, people do what they want. But the reason why I don't go on there anymore is because everyone is just always so sad. And when you're always looking at sad things and always looking at, you know, depressing stuff, you just get sad, right? Like, I'm always just on there seeing how depressed everyone is, and it just makes you depressed. And people talking about how much they hate life and how shitty life it is and how shitty people are. And, you know, people on Twitter just tend to be shittier people just because a lot of them don't show their face, or they just feel comfortable behind the screen. They just like to talk more shit, or not that anyone's talking shit to me in particular, but just people are not the nicest people over there. So it's somewhere that I like to avoid. Twitter is something I avoid just because of that. It's really depressing. And it's funny how social media is with the extremes, right? You either see like people living their absolute best life, or just people talking about how life is meaningless and it's trash and I'm gonna kill myself. So it's like there's these extremes, and I don't want to see either, right? Like, yes, you know, when I see people being successful and things like that, it's great. It's a great motivator when you see their backstory and you see what they did to get there and you see what it took to get there. By the way, majority of them are lying out of their ass, but you see it, and they supposedly got to where they are in such short amount of times. It really makes you look back on what you're doing and gives you the false perception that what you're doing isn't right, or you're not doing it the right way, and I just want to keep all of those negative thoughts and all of those thoughts out of my head, because, you know, thoughts become things. That's what I've always learned. So I keep those thoughts out of my head. I keep the super high expectation, you know, thoughts of, oh, I need to be a millionaire tomorrow out of my head, and I keep the depressive, you know, life is meaningless, you know, fuck life out of my head. This video is gonna get like nothing because of all this swearing. And the last thing is just with my relationship. So again, back to dopamine and the urge to be picking up your phone and checking the phone and all of that. I noticed that it made me not attentive in my relationship. So with my girlfriend, I would always be picking up the phone. I would always be looking at my phone while she's talking to me. I'd be texting someone or messaging someone while she's talking to me, and vice versa. Like clearing out my dopamine receptors, resetting that, getting a good detox, and now not having that urge at all to go on social media. It really allows me to be more attentive when I'm with her, and, you know, just when we're going out places. I'm just not on the phone. Like, I think before I used to pick up my phone like every 5-10 minutes, even though we were talking, even though we were together. Now it's like we could be together for like 3-4 hours hanging out, and I won't even like look at my phone at all. Like, the only thing that'll make me look is like a phone call. Even text, just, I'm so tuned out now. And with the digital age, you know, and just advertisements and different things that are always going to be popping up and in your face, it's really, really good to have a detox, ground yourself, and just, you know, look at the world around you. I feel like my day and my life got so consumed by screens, especially, you know, making YouTube videos, having a camera screen in your face, then working on the business, having a computer screen in my face, and then, you know, talking to clients and talking to my team, having Discord or my phone camera in the face and phone screen in the face, right? It's like my life became so shrouded and surrounded by screens that it's like, dude, did you even, like, what does the real world even look like anymore, right? And then when you're not working on this or not recording, looking at that screen, and you're not on the phone, and I'm playing video games, right? So it's just like there's so many. My life was just surrounded by the digital world, you know, my self-image, my priorities, which means, you know, what I have the urge to do, what I want to do right away, my relationship, my free time, all of these went up. Way more self-confident, you know, spending much more quality time with my girlfriend. It's much easier. Like, I don't feel like I don't get that, I don't want to be doing this, I want to be doing something else feeling whenever I'm working. And my free time is through the roof because I'm getting work done like 10 times as fast because I can just work straight on it. Like, there's so many days where I'll show up to my office late. I'll show up at like 11-12 o'clock and I'll work till like 1-2 a.m. in the morning straight, and then tomorrow I won't have to do anything for the whole day, you know what I mean? So it's really been a big improvement on all of those areas in my life. And honestly, not saying that it's going to be those exact improvements for you, but if you find that you're getting any of like the symptoms that I explained, then I'd say try it, give it a shot. And honestly, it made the biggest difference, because I just realized now that I'm full-time running my own agency, running my own company, my time and my effort and where I put work in is going to be a direct reflection on not only my paycheck, but the paycheck of the 7 people that are on my team, right? So if I don't do good, they all lose their jobs. It's as simple as that. So it's more than about just me. So that's why I'm really kind of pushing to improve myself and make sure that I can be, the best CEO that I can, because at the end of the day, it's not just my groceries on the line, right? So yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say. Please let me know in the comments if any of you relate to any of this. I would love to hear it. Love to know that I'm not alone on this. Try it out if you want to. And let me know, give me some feedback. But yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say. Just wanted to talk about that for a bit. So I guess we'll just end it off here. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to slap a like and comment down below what your thoughts are on anything I just said. And as usual, if you're did I say as usual? If you're brand new to the channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button. And if you're not new to the channel and you've been around for a while, just hit the notification bell. I don't know what YouTube is saying with their notification system. I think after you hit the bell, you gotta press another button to say always notify. So make sure you do that if you enjoy the content, if you enjoy the channel, if you just enjoy looking at me, I don't know. But yeah, guys, it was good talking to you. Lots more videos to come now that we're in the new office. Again, not much of an office tour to give. It's not that big of an office. There's a room here, and then there's a reception area, bathroom, little kitchen area, and all that. But yeah, probably in the future videos. Actually, just comment down below if you want to see the office. Comment down below. I'll show you the office. I actually have I don't know if you can see in the background these whiteboards here. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 6 whiteboards in this office, and one day I'll explain why. I'm a little bit crazy when it comes to whiteboards. I like to just put everything out. I'll explain in a future video if you guys want. Just comment down below if you want to see, and we will make that video. Goodbye.